Twilight Sparkle started the series being treated as the studious nerd, totally focused on books and organization, but as the story went on, it became very clear that she was actually one of the most powerful beings in all of Equestria. So today we're taking a look at her strongest moments. Hey beautiful people, I'm Julie. The first moment happened really early on back in Season 1, Episode 6, during the famous Ursa Minor incident in Ghostbusters. And this scene shows raw power without the show needing to spell it out for you. While Trixie was busy showing off and all of Ponyville was panicking over the creature, Twilight walks in and handles the situation in a way that's honestly almost embarrassing. She doesn't fight the Ursa head on, and she doesn't blast it with some huge magic attack. She simply calms it down and carries it back home, like it's a baby. Because it literally was one, and that's way more impressive than it sounds because the Ursa Minor was already seen as its massive threat, and Twilight handled the whole thing with complete control. And another moment a lot of people forget about, but that's actually really symbolic, happens in Sonic Ringboom, still back in Season 1. In that scene where Rarity loses the wings she had been given, Twilight is the one who casts a spell that gives her temporary wings, and the show makes it feel simple because it treats the moment so casually, but when you actually think about the universe of the series, that's insane. She altered another pony's anatomy with magic, creating fully functional wings. That's an absurdly advanced level of spellcasting, or at least it should be. This isn't just levitation or some random magic bean. She literally modified another pony's biology. Then we get to the Crystal Empire in Season 3 premiere, and this is where Twilight starts reaching a whole different level. During the battle against King Sombra, she doesn't fight him head on, but she goes up against ancient dark magic multiple times, and even without defeating him by herself, the fact that she was able to resist the darkness during the door scene, and not to mention how she managed to beat that messed up stairway spell, already shows she was prepared for way more advanced magic. And hey, leave a like if you love that scene too. And in that same Crystal Empire storyline, there's a scene that might be one of Twilight's biggest feats as a unicorn. Celestia teaches her a dark magic spell, the one used to open the secret passage inside King Sombra's castle. And think about how huge that is. Princess Celestia herself chooses Twilight to learn a forbidden, dangerous spell that clearly wasn't meant for just any student. And Twilight learns it instantly and pulls it off successfully. That shows that even before becoming an alicorn, Twilight already had mastery over areas of magic that most unicorns probably wouldn't even dare to touch. Now, in Magical Mystery Cure from Season 3 finale, Twilight completes Star's Rule, the weirdest unfinished spell, and that is absolutely massive because Star's Rule was basically the greatest wizard in the history of Equestria. The guy created hundreds of spells and was treated almost like a legend, and then Twilight takes one of his unfinished works and actually completes it. It's not just that she became an alicorn. That transformation was the result of her surpassing the greatest mage in history in an area he himself couldn't finish. And by the way, let me know in the comments if you prefer Twilight as an alicorn princess or you like her better as just a unicorn. In Season 5, another moment where Twilight shows way more than just raw power, it's in her fight against Starlight Glimmer. In the Cutie Remark episode, the two of them go all out in a magical duel that's already incredible on its own. But the real detail is how Twilight fights. At several points, she's clearly trying to restrain and stop Starlight, not destroy her. Or at least until she finally starts losing patience. And that shows an insane level of control because fighting while holding back is way harder than just attacking with everything you've got. And there's no ignoring the fact that Starlight's magic level is equal to or maybe even greater than Twilight's, which is exactly why that battle was so insane, right? And in that same episode, we get that might be the one of the craziest feats in the entire series, time travel. Because on top of the battle itself, Twilight uses Star Swirl's time spell and jumps through multiple alternative timelines. Every single change creates some horrible future. War, tyranny, complete apocalypse, Equestria in ruins, and Twilight not only survives all of it, but keeps pushing forward through every single reality and without losing sight of her goal. That kind of magic is so advanced that basically no other pony in the series ever pulls off anything even close to it, aside from Starlight. And the fight against Lord Tirek at the end of season 4 was absolutely insane too, right? It always gave me goosebumps. Seriously, in Twilight's Kingdom, after receiving the magic of all the princesses, Twilight goes toe-to-toe with Tirek on equal footing. And this is where the scale of things become completely absurd. They blast through mountains, destroy entire areas, leave giant craters everywhere, and fire off energy attacks that straight up looked like something out of an anime. For a series that normally had lighter conflicts, that battle felt like it came from a totally different universe. It was like Twilight had gone from being the nerdy unicorn to literally becoming a force of nature. For me, this was the absolute peak. The GOAT, especially since she basically had the power of all princesses combined. Pure cinema, right? Hasta la vista.